where we're going to have 4 startups showcasing their technology in an interactive live format, and it's going to be really exciting. We're going to have 5 minutes per startup showcasing their technology, and then we're going to have the opportunity to ask them questions, maybe not interact with the technology itself. We're going to begin. I'll invite everyone, if you are entering the room and you see a chair, there is one here if you want to grab it. There's one over there if you're desperate to sit down. Otherwise, I'm sorry, you might be standing there for a little while. But we get the stage ready. We have some water. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, now I'm going to introduce the very first demo, that's going to be presented by Nicolò Debenedetti from Hamsa ID. Nicolò, you're here? You're there. Perfect. And Nicolò and his team are developing next-generation digital identity solutions to make access and verification in port operations more secure, efficient, and seamless. Nicolò, you got cool stuff to show us, right?
I think so.
Cool. You got the microphone, it's on, and the clicker. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate. My name is Nicolò Debenedetti. I am the CEO and co-founder of Hamsa ID, and in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you why we are the biometrics of choice of the Port Authority of Tuscany, but also airports and the credit card company Visa. So we all got an email like this, right? You need to onboard someone into your structure, and they ask for your ID. This was good a couple of years ago, but right now, with deepfakes, where you can create a perfect identical document of anyone, it's not so sure enough, right? But it can also create the start of a bottleneck, and it's the Tyrrhenian bottleneck, and I think it's a problem also my colleague from Pacify will be interested to know on. But basically, the legacy system of the access control on the Tyrrhenian ports created a congestion line that was addressed by the truck drivers with extra fees. And this was due to the broken system, a really time-intensive procedures, but also the lack of interoperability between the different terminals, and the inherent risk of the Italian ports of infiltration of organized crime, and the fact that most of the ports in Italy are also military ports. And we solved that by developing our solution that, as the core, it was fully developed by us, both software and hardware, and it used palm vein biometrics as a secure authentication solution that is immune to deepfakes because it uses the unique pattern of your veins under your skin in order to identify you with just a wave of your hand in a touchless manner. It is free from any biases that plugs, for example, face recognition with strongly biases against person of color or people with aesthetic surgery. And how does it work specifically in the port? Keep in mind, we can let you try all of this later after the pitch. We first onboard your ID document through NFC to make sure that it's real, and then it's not publicly generated. We then associated your palm print and vein print from our dedicated app. And then we let you transform our sensor that is over there as a way to detect your handprint, or eventually we can connect it with the legacy system of the access control of the port. In this case, they had a QR code, or just using your identity card as an access system so that you can organize it according to the level of security that you want to guarantee within the different infrastructure. And it makes us possible also to create a complete biometric identification, so you just enter with your hand, or we associate it with the data privately stored on your phone, and we just verify that the phone is yours through your palm veins. Our technology has really been tested, again, in the ports of Tuscany, but we also work with airports. We're starting to work with Huelva Port here in Spain, and we have a deep traction within also the digital identity realm. As you probably know, the European Union is starting to develop a new digital identity that will fully own, and will probably use our biometrics in order to verify that you are actually you're supposed to be. I so invite you, these are some of the scores that we had from the pilots. We tracked a lot the NPS of the users to test the acceptability of a biometric solution within all the ecosystem, and we have a high level of satisfaction. And we invite you to try our technology as you want, and I'm here to answer all of our questions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you have time. Yeah, you actually got plenty of time because my alarm didn't even go off. So that's pretty good. You're amazing. Great. We have time for questions. Can we try the technology? Or
yeah, of course. I need to plug it somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
do we have a volunteer who wants to come and try the technology? What do we need to do? Tell us.
I just need your ID card.
Okay.
Just to scan it from your phone.
Your bank details.
And then your hand. That were payments.
Yeah, would you like to come? Come forward. Thank you so much for our volunteer. Thank you. Round of applause. Thank you. Your name?
Hi, Alejandro.
Alejandro. Oh, we are. I'm Alejandro. Alejandro. There you go. Perfect. Off you go.
I have a Spanish ID card here, and then just open our app. Boom. And we start the processing, as you can see here. I need you to reverse it, please, because I need to use the bar behind it, because that's where your data actually is. Okay. Good. Start the process. Then we start the NFC. We match it. It's reading it. Document is processed with NFC. Boom. And then just scan your palm. Take my phone in your hand. Yeah. Do it freely. Scan it. Okay, now it's processing. Show that it has been onboarded, please. Thank you. You're a really good model. Appreciate. Continue. Yeah, and then scan your order palm just to show that it actually verifies you. Ta-da.
Ta-da. Amazing. So what happens after this? That information is being submitted.
Yeah, so basically right now we have our neural network, which we developed for privacy, right? So we have no centralized storage, so it doesn't go on a cloud or anything. It just processed locally and transformed into an anonymous mathematical vector that is then sent to our network of sensors, so you can authenticate yourself physically with just your hand wherever you go.
Perfect, thank you. Alejandro, we'll send you free. Thank you so much. A round of applause.
Need your copy.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much, Nicolò. Do you have anything? What is the closest milestone for your business?
We are looking to expand into Spain by using the initial traction that we're finding with Huelva Port. And so because we would like to achieve interoperability. So the truck drivers that we onboard from a port, let them authenticate themselves freely also in other ports that are in our identity network, right?
Okay.
This is in compliance with the UID. So we're trying to build this network effect by getting to as many pilots as we can.
Perfect. So if there's anyone in this room who can help Nicolò with this milestone, please feel free to reach out. Alejandro, you were a legend. Thank you so much for helping as well.
Really appreciate
Please, a huge round of applause. Thank you. I'll take that. Alrighty, that was great. Next, we have the next demo by Javier Busquets, who is from Marinerob. Did I pronounce that correctly? Javier is working on autonomous and robotics-based solutions designed to improve monitoring, inspection, and operational efficiency in maritime environments. Javier, you have 5 minutes. Welcome to the stage, and then we'll ask you some questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. And okay, I'm Javier Busquets. I'm the CEO of Marinerob. And Marinerob is a company, is the acronym of marine robotics. That's it. So we are devoted to develop different kind of vehicles, from the basics to the real things that we launch at sea. There are some information about the company. So the company was founded in 2021, and from this year we have been increasing our activity and receiving some grants, some interesting things, so for continuing developing the things that we are doing. So this was the last year, 23 and 24 years during the VDS, and we demonstrated with autonomous surface vehicle. This is a boat. The boat that was powered by solar energy, just solar energy and clean hydrogen energy. And as an example, this boat is now in the harbor and has been never plugged to the wall. So was expected to be plugged for being recharged and continuous use. But until today, never ever have been needed to be plugged to the wall. This is a nice picture I always show for showing you what did the boat during the VDS 2024. We have increased our technology. The technology is totally developed in my company, from the software to the hardware and to the innovative solutions we are including our vehicles on our products. This was a demonstration, a real field demonstration of the remote control and remote supervision and autonomy as well. So the boat was connected, disconnected, remote controlled, and just the people that is on board is only for supervising the right working operation of the boat, but it was not managing. In any case, the boat was managing from here and then autonomously. So, yeah, this is the other kind of vehicles that we are developing. You have an example here. They are real vehicles. So, what is the good thing is the technology we develop is scalable and multi-platform applicable. So the same things, the same hardware, the same software that we are including in our surface vehicle, and so our boat, are with small modifications included in this vehicle. That's provide to us the possibility of scale our solutions to other platforms, to other applications, on wherever needs could have a port facility. You can check here in this picture, there are some sensors for water quality monitoring, and the vehicle, this a version of this vehicle that is propelled as well by propellers. So this is the last project we have involved in, that is the monitoring of the water quality in the Valencia port facilities. And Lanzadera was one of our supporters that have provided us a very good platform for improving the development of our products. So this didn't begin yesterday. So I began with this project in 2009. So it's nearly 16 years ago. So I have been around the world in several institutions, getting insight of what is marine robotics, and finally we have the basics, the base for developing good and feasible things that really work. The problem in prototyping underwater vehicles and all that is that you have to reach something that is really usable. That this is the difficult. My company have the experience for doing that. In the future, we are planning to spread to Europe facilities, first in Spain, and then in the rest of Europe for demonstration of the capabilities of this technology. Benefits for the harbor facilities are a bunch of them, but the most important is the EU directive for the 2030 year. So regarding the clean water requirements, the control of traffic or maritime traffic inside port and in nearly port and harbors. This is a small video. Thank you. Okay, I'm finishing. not working. Next, yeah. This was this year in 2025. We were invited for the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge. It was the only participation of one Spanish team. And with the improvement of this is a platform for demonstration in renewable energy applied to the most cutting-edge technology for controlling. And it's an international competition in Monaco. Some things in the media, collaborators, and supporters that have provided support to our projects. And this is me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Javier. Now, these are vehicles, prototypes, or end product?
Yeah, those.
They should be on, should be on. We got it on?
No, okay. Those are prototypes, but are operative prototypes. All the technology is inside, so we will demonstrate those vehicles in 2 weeks. Well, next week actually, one of them. So the bigger one is able to reach 1,500 meters below the sea surface. So it's intended for going to the channel between Valencia and Ibiza for the Ibiza channel and checking what is inside, taking some samplers. So, and the second one is intended for a massive, high number of vehicles in collaborations deployment. So it's useful for spreading an important numbers of vehicles in the same area at the same time for getting information about wherever could be interesting. So those vehicles are operative. Are prototype, but operative.
Amazing. So what is one thing that you would like, any support, anything from this conference today?
Yeah, if you have the interest for going deeper in the capacity or capabilities of those vehicles, and you have any question or any proposal, anything that could be we are open to participate in any collaboration plan.
Perfect, thank you. Do we have any questions from the audience before we move on to the next startup? That is fascinating. I saw your team just coming really quickly and setting up the vehicle. Thank you so much, Javier. Such a pleasure. Please, a round of applause. Gracias. Incredible. It's amazing what can happen when incredible brains and purpose come together. Next, I would love to welcome Connectainer. It's our third demo. Again, questions and then a bit of a demonstration. Just a reminder, these startups that are just presenting now are also part of the award ceremony. So please, if you really love what you've seen, make sure you have them in mind for your vote. Before the end of the day, you have 5 votes that you can use. So we have Jesús García López. Jesús is focused on smart container-based infrastructure to optimize logistic flows and enabling new modular connected services. Please take it away. Welcome to the stage, Jesús. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I think that is working, yeah. Connectainer cuts anti-move with current industry configuration. And remember this, nothing changed but the smarter use of the box, okay? 2021 exposed after the COVID the volatility of the logistics. So let me check here because I have to expose this structural issue and that are the empty containers. Okay, so I will try to explain you why this matter and how we fix it. Okay. Industry reports after 2021 that the empty containers become a real problem, and I have to tell you that this is not a one-time thing. It's something that is systemic. This problem will arise again. 24% of the move of the containers in the world are empty. Every year we're moving air, and to move air, waste generates CO2, generates emissions, and also wastes a lot of money. The best estimations give us that are around 20 billion US dollars and 58 million of tons of CO2 are involved in this inefficiency of the use of the containers. Why this matters? Why these empty containers are moved? Two key points. First, the asymmetric of the global trade is asymmetric. Second, the cargo density decides the box. I mean, a 20 feet is used for a heavy cargo, and a 40 feet is used for volume, for light cargo, for bulky cargo. This is a clear example, that is Valencia, that's in my city. Main import basically is in 40 feet, high Q, and export in 20. When the shipping lines need 20, but returns 40 empty multiply. And this is a question that is happening usually, and not only here, it's happening in lot of routes and lot of ports around the world. So how we fix it? We have created Connectainer. Connectainer is a modular container that joins 220 feet to form a 40 feet, totally standard, and that can be used with the same technologies and with same industry resources. The operative is easy and quick. In 20 minutes you have the container disconnected. In 1 hour you have the container connected. The pieces are standard, so all the reparations could be done in every part of the world. How to pass to the next one? Okay. And there is an important point here, that is the dynamic numbering. Why this is important? We have the current customs and authorities and regulations tell us that one container should have only one container number. I mean, the identification should be unique and not repeated. So what we get, we have tried to bring a container here to show you, but it was impossible. So what we get is that whatever the container is, I mean, you have 20 feet, independently of the 20 feet that you connect or disconnect, they will have a unique and not repeatable numbering. When you join 20 feet, all the displays will transform the container number in a 40 feet container number. When you disconnect, every container will return to the number of the 20 feet. Okay, this is our main technology, and this allows to have a product ready to be used with the current standards of the ports and of the industry. Connectainer is a game changer. With only, well, this is our calculation, with only 1,500 TEUs, one tier 1 shipping line could save a huge quantity of empty move, also incredible reduction of cost, and to avoid emissions. The return on investment is real, even it seems that not, but with our calculation real, because you improve in efficiency, you have less container moving, you are having less cost, less trucks, less emissions, so it's incredible what we calculated. We are CSC certified. We will not launch a product to the market not with the doubt that this works or not. We have already certified the product. It's ready to be used in international trade, and it's a standard one. Well, recapitulation, the problem, the imbalance, the solution, the container flexibility, and the benefits is less carbon emissions, less cost, so a fast payback. And this is my favorite phrase that I put you here. What is now proof was only one imagine. Now you have seen what we imagine, and now it's time to pilot and to scale it. Thank you very much.
Jesus, thank you. Thank you so much. That was really great. I thought that demo, you show it in real time, right? Like you were showing that number and they were matching over there.
Yeah.
Got it.
My brother. My brother was
your bro.
was changing the displays because we have few time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but everyone that wants to show later, we can show it.
Perfect.
No problem.
Okay. Do we have any questions from the audience at all? No. Oh, yes, at the back. Yolanda, thanks.
Actually, I do. As you explained, every container has to have a number, so you have a very nice solution with those dynamic. Thank you. So every container has to have a number, and you have a very nice solution with those dynamic panels, which allows you to change from 25th container number to 45th container number. But I was thinking that, well, those, they seem to be pretty fragile, and to be honest, containers are treated like, I mean, they are hit every time.
Yeah.
So how do you manage that?
Well, those displays are specifically created for that, are supporting it. It seems that not, but are doing in electronic ink, so the number is maintained until you give some power, but are really strong. And I would like, this is not prepared. I will show you, I hope to don't make an Elon Musk, but
Oh my God, okay.
I will try to. So we have hit this.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, I think so.
And now we can try to prove if this continues working or not.
I could hold the microphone if you need to use both of your hands.
Thank you.
That's okay.
It takes a little bit now.
That's okay.
We are not the experts.
We got time.
Ah, okay.
Not really, but
okay,
we got time.
I'm not worried about that. So you see that it has been changed. This is without the protection because we have an external protection, and actually we are doing this waterproof. This is not the final displays because we get the plug and play last month, so it was futile to prepare something. And we are printing all the displays and the supporters in 3D. Okay, so this is our development. It's strong, it's heavy, and it's prepared for the business. That is okay.
Amazing, Jesus. Well, if we need your hammer later, maybe there's someone we don't like.
It's mine, but you can use it.
We can borrow it? Okay,
Yeah.
Please, a huge round of applause to Jesus and his brother. Thank you. I can really see the level of efficiency of something like this, so that is incredible. Next, we'll have our last demo from Cato Davies from Ensemble Analytics. Cato, welcome. And Cato brings data-driven intelligence to port logistics, helping operators make faster, smarter decisions through advanced predictive analytics. Cato, welcome.
Perfect, thank you. I'm Cato, I'm one of the founders at Ensemble, and we build labor force management systems, specifically for ports and terminals, where you have slightly complicated challenges with multiple different actors, really complicated contracts, etc. I have no hardware. I'm really sorry. From a demonstration perspective, it's not going to be quite as exciting as everyone else. But hopefully we'll pick up on a few themes that we've picked up on. And I know we actually have some ex-planners in the room who have experienced some of these challenges today. General challenge of why it's a challenge is, yes, labor is expensive, scarce, and inefficient, but That's the way it's managed, which is the bit that we're really interested in. Almost every terminal is looking at berth alignment and berth optimization. Fundamentally, that's all based on how quickly you can shift things. How quickly you can shift things is normally not down to actually asset availability, it's the people and the skills to actually move things, which is why we kind of zeroed in on this and have been building for the last 3 years our Athena platform, which is a workforce and labor management system, but specifically designed for the challenges that we've seen in ports and terminals around the world. There are 4 main modules. We came from a data background. I was working at UCL in the Energy and an AI Institute and somehow ended up in ports. And we came in and thought we'd build a nice optimization algorithm over the top and pull in all of their different systems and give them a nice little output. Slowly after the last 3 years, we've had to build out almost a full ERP system to ensure it actually works for industries as complicated as ports and terminals. I do have a small video demo in a second, very high level. As I said, we worked out that we actually had to literally do every single part in the chain to make sure we had a system that really works for these industries. The main inputs we choose are the skills and competencies, so we work really closely with L&D teams to actually really understand what a role is, rather than what a qualification is, and what it takes to do that. Sickness and holidays, shift demands, so we've got an algorithm which will predict the demand based on the different ships coming in, alongside all the landside work, rail terminals, warehousing, etc. And then at the bottom, employee availability. So we've got modular systems within the platform where you can build different constraints on different groups of employees to identify when they're available. All of that goes into our auto-scheduling module, which will create a schedule within 20 seconds, or you can plan for the next week within a minute. This enables you to start moving around your operations and understanding where there are peaks and troughs, and actually how you can better resource your operation. This, I hope, is a very quick demonstration of what we do. Obviously, there's a lot in it. We've got some vessels in the top left. We've got some workforce patterns in the bottom right with all the different roles that are included in it. You can come and ask more if you are interested. We've got a maintenance role here who we're going to try and assign someone to. We have about 50 or 60 different constraints on skills, working time directives, all of these things. And if you break anything, it will flag it. The thing that most people use is the optimization engine. So if you run that for a couple of seconds, we've got 120 jobs. So this is probably a terminal, which is probably a couple hundred people, and planning it for the next day. Everything is objective driven, so you can choose how you want to prioritize results within the constraints of working time directives and legal challenges. This could be to try and avoid overtime by balancing out your hours. It could be prioritizing high-level skills like the Manson drivers over the bucket drivers. And that will produce you a schedule within literally 30 seconds for the next day. This unlocks all sorts. So we're live in Associated British Ports in Newport. And over the last year, these are some of the impacts that we've had. If I don't hit my pocket. We broke it down into 3 core parts, although inevitably labor management impacts every single different part of the chain. One is the time planning, not just from the planning team, but from the ops teams on the port who actually receive that and actually process that far quicker. Overtime and third party, this is just making sure you have the right number of people on the right days, being able to forecast to ensure people are coming in when there's work and not sitting around when there's not work. And the final part are operational error savings. This is everything from genuinely missed medicals, texts getting sent out to the wrong people, and people turning up on the wrong days. This is all stuff we've seen during live trials. And rather than me, hopefully we can hear from one of our clients speaking about us, if the volume's on.
I'm Kate Pierce. I am the Operations Planning Manager
maybe turn it up a
in
little
Newport,
bit?
Wales for the Associated British Ports. Athena is just such a strong tool for being that repository of knowledge that we needed. The setup process took less than a day. We get more time face-to-face with our frontline operatives. We get more time face-to-face with our colleagues. With that time, we can be sort of smarter and more strategic about how we're going to be using our people in our operations. Automatically tell us who is on shift, skills they have, can those people be put into the jobs that we need them in with the correct skills. This fantastic little button that saves everyone so much time in their day is just a quick little click. It also takes a lot of that guesswork out. You know, when we were onboarding a number of new operatives, those names of new operatives that might not have jumped to an operations manager's head straight away and they could have been forgotten in the allocation, Athena remembers for us. So yeah, it's been massively helpful.
That is just a small highlight of some of the work we're doing. We're active in a number of UK terminals, AVP being the biggest operator across the UK. Would love to chat to anyone who kind of sees some of these challenges, either from the operator side, or if anyone's really actually is interested in what we do and some of the challenges that we've come across building it. Also very happy to have a chat.
Thank you, Kate. I really appreciate it. A round of applause. Thank you. You just had me on all of those amazing spreadsheets, predictable data. That's really important. I am just assuming that you guys are utilizing artificial intelligence to support some of this. Of course, a big assumption.
AI is a real buzzword.
Yeah.
As someone who used to work in it a little bit, the honest answer is we're not currently using AI. We're using machine learning.
Okay.
We have a big debate whether we implement AI. Everything we do is driven by maths rather than historical human choices. We always have the balance of actually what is better. Is it trying to do the right thing, imitating something people have done for 20, 30 years with personal biases, etc.? Or is actually the right thing to give them the mathematical best solution and let them work back from that?
So statistically speaking, that's probably what you guys are offering.
Exactly, and that's where we work from the optimization perspective.
Okay.
Although we can turn it on, some reinforcement learning, we've actively chosen not to so far. So
interesting choice. This is really good.
It's,
okay.
A little bit against the grain, but from what we've seen, that is
it's not needed so far.
It's not necessarily best practice.
Okay.
And that's really the challenge that we're working with customers with, is understanding what is best practice and what is their objective.
And I think it's really interesting. Every customer will be more adapted to maybe the new technologies that are out there versus some that are like absolutely loving what you guys are offering, and it sounds like it's pretty spot on. Do we have any questions from the audience before we move on? One at the back, yes.
What's the monetization model? Are you doing license fees, or how are you monetizing your solution?
Yeah, it's a license fee. So it's a SaaS fee. And we're starting to work with some of the clients have actually come back to us and they want to get more out of the data. So that's the really interesting part. There was a number right at the start, which is one of our clients had a small company called Bain come in and look at their whole business. And they said the biggest issue you have is workforce, both how you deploy them, but also the structure of it. Clients are coming back to us and going, look, guys, you actually understand our workforce better than anyone because you've had to take it from tacit knowledge and put a model around it. Is there any chance you can actually tell us how we can do this better? Do we need more high-skilled people? Should we be using more third-party to supplement the peaks and the troughs? All of this kind of information is in the system, and our ability to tweak a model on the platform, you can tweak a new contract, you can do that within 30 seconds and then run that simulation for a year. We're starting to get some really great feedback in terms of not only how people can do it on a day-to-day, but then that second piece of actually what should you be doing as a sort of wider strategy as support.
Thank you.
Follow-up question on that, if I may.
Yes.
Are you getting any pushback from labor unions about converting jobs into a digital solution?
From the planning perspective, so the planners, Katie is a planner who was giving that testimonial. What we try and drive is actually, planners are currently firefighting. They spend the whole day trying to literally work out what's going to happen tomorrow. The value add roles is actually being that out there with the operations, understanding what they need and when they need it. It's ensuring training is getting carried out and everything's happening safely. It's all of these actually value add roles which currently aren't happening because they are doing that. Spreadsheets, reporting, data entry, all of that kind of stuff. We don't like the savings on planning time. The honest answer, what we like is the top line. The way that Bristol Port, for example, will run their schedule for the next 7 days, goes to the ops director every morning at 8 o'clock, and then he chooses the lineup. He chooses what they double gang, what they single gang, what the order of vessels are. That's the really important thing for us. The challenge for us is that the easiest number to quantify straight up is time savings. But it's not really what we want to push. And actually, that number hasn't led to any redundancies. People are just doing other more important parts of their roles rather than day-to-day planning.
I think we have a question at the back.
Yes, thank you. Your comment on berth optimization and the link to labour constraints is very well made. You talked about the benefits to management, but in terms of the adoption by labour, do you have any examples of how this may have been accepted or may have made the working environment better for the labour and the operatives?
It's the next step, really, from us. It's very interesting. Every port group we've come to, they start with time and attendance, and they go, right, how can we digitize time and attendance for our employees? Whether by luck or chance, we probably started at the far more difficult end of can we build a scheduling model, and then we're slowly working out to actually the employee side, where we're actually going to be pushing the employee engagement and actually, right, how can we distribute shifts to employees more efficiently? Currently, it's just via SMS and email straight from the platform because we're the employee app's in a beta testing mode. But what we want to get from the employee app is, A, you can see your hours. Genuinely, almost every port we've been to, they cannot see their hours throughout the month, so they don't know if they're getting overtime or not. B, you can apply for overtime shifts and get better visibility on that. So when is overtime available? When do the planners know? When can you say, right, I'm going to be available next Saturday? Because at the moment, most sites will say you've got to give us 7 days notice, and then 5 days' time, they don't think they're going to get a shift, so they organize something else, and then no one turns up. These are all the challenges you're getting without having a digital system to actually communicate. And it's the next step. We started building the sort of core module, and then we're slowly actually building out to the wider group in terms of using it. But it's something that we're all ears for, really, to how we can improve that piece.